Holiday planners, brace yourselves. Booking.com also offers great holiday rentals and apartments. Something clever within budget or a little artistic. Holiday rentals to play, dive, fall or relax, where you can do as you please and just really feel at home. Now over 2 million choices in holiday rentals and apartments. Booking.com. No
matter where you choose to live in this big country of ours, there's a bunch of Aussies we can't do without. Our truckies. The $52 billion road transport industry is powered by around 250,000 of them. But this can be a dangerous job, and one tireless woman is determined to save lives.
It's on the northeast police scanner. Everything in your house, in your office, on the road, no matter what it is, relies on trucks. But trucks rely on the drivers. And if we don't look after the drivers, we're not going to have the trucks moving.
Diane Carroll devotes her life to saving our truckies. She's set up the Trans Help Foundation, a support service for truckies and their families that includes mobile health checks. From her home in the tiny town of Tungamah in Victoria, she also has a technology hub where she tracks truckies all around the country.
Can you put your scanner on and just keep an eye on what's happening with it?
She passes on vital real-time updates on weather, road conditions and accidents.
Remarkably, the truck driver received just minor injuries.
Information that wasn't possible to share so quickly before her connection to high-speed broadband.
And we can normally let the network know within 2 to 3 minutes that there's a diversion ahead.
Police cars raced from north and south to stop traffic driving directly into the danger zone.
Now, I can have 18, 20 screens and scanners and that going in the background consistently, and it hasn't faltered.
Okay, got it up now.
Diane comes from good truckie stock.
My father was a truck driver, my grandparents. It's always been in the family. Done a few miles over the years, and my first husband was a truck driver. He was killed in the industry. Sadly enough, his life was taken in '94.
Gary Cullinan's name is on a dedicated truckie memorial wall in the border town of Tarcutta. Her father, Ivan, is there too. Over 1,000 names are on it now, and Diane is doing her bit to help reduce fatalities. At rest spots like this one around the country, Diane gets to work with volunteer nurse Sue Hardwick, providing mobile health checks for drivers.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Up there and have a seat.
I'm
This is
Sue.
Sue.
Come
I'm
on in.
Di.
Welcome, Bob. Come on in.
G'day.
Hi, Bob.
Do you have any medical issues that we should know about?
I do. I have high blood pressure.
Okay, well, let's check that for starters.
We've got guys out there with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, depression, all the different medical issues, and the side effects of 99% of those are fatigue. How's the emotions? You sleep okay?
You're starting to test them?
Am I?
Nah, I don't know. Probably 4 or 5 hours a night and then have a nap in the afternoon.
Okay.
This is the health check Bob's been putting off for a while.
How many soft drinks would you drink a day?
No, probably I don't know, 6 or 7.
Right, now, just so you get an idea, if you drink 4 soft drinks a day, every day of the year, in a year, you've actually consumed over 50 kilograms of sugar.
Which you wouldn't know, would you?
There's part of it, darling. If we can just make a difference to one life, stop a heart attack, reduce cholesterol, reduce the diabetes out there.
Coming up, is Bob about to pay the price for consuming all that soft drink?
Do you mind having a fingerprint?
You're probably a bit over your fighting weight.
Holiday planners, brace yourselves. Booking.com also offers great holiday rentals and apartments. Something clever within budget or a little artistic. Holiday rentals to play, dive, fall or relax.
As the sun sinks low over the truck stop in Tarcutta, Diane Carroll and her health check team still have work to do. Truckie Bob is overweight, with high blood pressure, and he's at risk of diabetes.
Do you mind having a fingerprint?
No.
So we can just check your blood sugar?
It'll be off the charts.
Volunteer nurse Sue checks his blood sugar levels. His reading is through the roof.
10.3 millimoles? That's not so good.
Your blood sugar is up and your high blood pressure. What we'll do is we'll do a hookup with Dr. James from GP2U.
Good, eh?
And see what he has to say.
Diane wants to organise an urgent consult with the doctor. She uses a service called GP2U, run by a doctor in Tassie. James Freeman offers quality healthcare to anyone, anywhere using the internet. This type of healthcare is growing. 1 in 3 Aussies in regional areas access telehealth. Dr. Freeman has practiced remote medicine for years, but he's come a long way since connecting to the NBN network.
We do a whole lot of stuff at a distance with HF radio, sat phones, email, and that was my first experience of it. So I think this actually works quite well.
GP2U, we partnered because we found there was a lot of drivers that couldn't get medical help that they needed.
If you're driving a B-double, imagine trying to park that in the average doctor's surgery car park.
Hi James, how are you, mate? How can I help?
Tonight, Diane's connected Bob with Dr. Freeman using the NBN network connection at the local pub.
She's told me that my... What's that pinprick thing?
The diabetes one.
Yeah, that's... I think she said 10.9.
It's something that we need to have a look at, because if your blood sugar is, 10 to 11, it's a bit on the high side. It means you've got diabetes.
That sucks, but yeah, go on.
Underlying it is you're probably a bit over your fighting weight as things go.
Thanks, mate, yeah, just a tad.
And you know what you weigh at the moment?
Yeah, 150.
Di has made Bob realise how important it is to keep on top of his health problems.
Di is absolutely passionate about truck drivers' health. And what she does is she says, hey, you need to see a doctor. You can do it online, and removes that excuse. The diabetes particularly, it's not something we want to ignore. We've got to get onto that.
I shall endeavour to do all of the above and go see me quack next week and see if they can get me sorted a bit better than I am.
So Bob took it on the chin like an Aussie bloke, but I think he understands that it is important that he's in to see his local quack, as he calls him, and they have a bit of a chat about what we do next.
All right, mate, thanks very much for that. I'll keep in touch with Di, she can keep in touch with you.
No problems. Keep up the good work, Di.
Thanks, old mate.
I'm humbled by what I've achieved. I've kicked some goals, yes, I'll say that.
Bye.
Bye.
Done.
Bob did see his local doctor and is now on medication for his diabetes.